my goal for 2025, start building that buy and hold business.
Awesome. Yeah, no. So
Yeah.
buy and hold. Here is my thought about buy and hold. Okay. Buy and hold as of today, there are certain areas. I mean, where are you focusing on? What part
I'm
of America?
focusing on the big cities in the southern belt, like the southern part of US. So, like Atlanta, major cities in Texas, major city like in Tennessee, Nashville, North Carolina, Raleigh, like the big cities down there. Probably not going to look at Florida, but any
Okay.
of the other states are I'm pretty interested in.
Have you looked into Midwest?
I have not looked into the Midwest.
Okay, so if you really want to build a cash flowing asset in today's date, I think Midwest will do really, really well, especially like Columbus, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and even smaller cities there. Look into that. I mean, the houses might scare you because these are like 1910s, 1920s, 30s, 40s houses. But I mean, these are really small and really cheap houses. Sometimes you can find these houses for like 20, 30 grand. Literally, that's insane to even think about that. And you will find crews in that area if you are in a position to travel. Go build some relationships. I'll give you some connections that I know of. I'm trying to build one, but again, I only have so much bandwidth, so I
Yeah.
haven't been able to break into the market. But I've actively traveled there for that purpose. And the houses that all in you will buy and hold for like 60, 70 grand, uh, will rent for 12, $1,300 on Section 8 and 11, 1,200 on regular rentals. On regular, I mean, conventional tenants will pay 11, 12. So those really, really cash flow, even in today's interest rate, today's high insurance rates. I mean, it's still cash flows. So definitely look into that, especially someone coming from Canada investing. I have a couple other uh, students in sub 2 and other communities that do that. But yeah, going
Yeah.
after major cities like Charlotte, Raleigh is you're not going to be so wrong, but cash flow is going to shrink quite a bit. So, but great
Yeah.
job. Like, you're really getting out of your comfort zone, and investing in America is not easy. I know.
No, for sure. I wanted to hear your opinion. So cash flow versus appreciation and, building equity. So I agree with what you're saying. I could see where the benefit is because I'm working a W-2 and maybe getting out of a W-2 so you can start focusing full time on your buy and hold business might make sense, to buy some cash flowing properties right away to get that going and save on your time and then start focusing on these bigger cities so you can build equity for the long term because that's I'm thinking 20 years down the road, 30 years
Yeah.
down the road, right? Like what are your thoughts on that type of strategy?
So on uh, from appreciation standpoint, if you are ready to wait that long, bigger cities are going to definitely pay off well. But if something you buy for 60, 70 grand is definitely going to double in value in 20 years, if not more.
Yeah.
So you look at it that way, I think you are not going to go wrong on appreciation either way. And always there, so in big cities, what could happen is you will get a quick value ride in the near term. So if you diversify your portfolio, add some Charlotte Raleigh rentals and add some Midwest rentals for cash flow, then it's going to uh, balance your sorry,
Your portfolio?
strategy and portfolio. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Charlotte is going to run, like go faster in terms of valuation increase, then you will get that ride in the next 5 years. You can sell off and then focus on another market. because you don't want to buy something and wait 20 years for it to grow in price.
Yeah.
Uh, that strategy is good. I mean, no matter where you go in America, because I mean, America is one of the few countries where you can buy a piece of real estate and the rents are still above the mortgage payment. If especially if you bought in the affordability zone and using a discounted outlet like a wholesaler or something. So as long as you buy it like that, you should have no problem properties paying for itself. So if the properties are going to pay for itself, then buy as many as you want, really. Doesn't matter if you can handle it, manage it, because managing is the real pain in the butt, honestly.
Yeah, for
Buying
sure.
is the easiest part, I feel like.
Yeah.
So if you can buy enough real estate to where 20 years later it's all paid for itself, I mean, and appreciated in value, that's amazing. But what is it that you need today, right? Are you looking to go quit your job and build I mean, full-time real estate business that actually pays your bills every month? Then you
Yeah.
need cash flowing business.
100%.
And
Okay.
once you have that cash flow where now you're ready to, once you hit that 75% mark compared to your W-2, then you can make the switch and live off of that cash flow. But when you make that switch, be ready to have another active income, excuse me, coming in right away, like either from flipping or by lending or maybe buy like laundromats or any other small businesses. You need the active income because guess what? In passive real estate, your cash flow can fluctuate very fast depending on market forces. I mean, something like COVID can happen again.
Yeah.
Uh, Insurance prices can go through the roof, like that, what's happening in Texas. So you can't rely on your cash flow to pay for your, like, I mean, monthly expenses all the time. So you need something else that is active business that is going to really make sure your monthly needs are covered, and
Yeah.
that you can recycle that cash flow into more assets. That's what I do, and that's how I got here. That's what exactly what I did. I built enough rentals to support my W-2 income, then got out and started more active wholesaling and then now lending.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing too. I agree with that. I'm going to be probably going to be lending, if anything.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm already doing that. I'm already loaning
Yes.
my money out and just making it work. And then I'm just going to keep doing that. Like as I keep getting my money back, keep putting it back in other deals and just keep, making a pretty decent return on it.
Yeah. One thing I want to just a general comment for everyone is no matter what you do, okay, no matter what route you pick, if you buy a business today or buy rentals today and wait for them to wait to build enough cash flow and whatnot, no matter what, your finances, your accounting, your bookkeeping needs to be airtight to where the banks will respect you, because as you grow you need more banks to support you. Right now you are living in the world where sub 2 and all these things are possible, but when you start to scale, and if that's what your goal is, if you don't have a goal to scale, you are not, I mean, then you are better than most of us, okay? Then you have figured out what you want. But 99% of the people that I meet haven't figured out what they want. So definitely focus on figuring out what you want. And this is a good time of the year because you're planning for next year, and planning for what you want is also going to push you to figure out what you want. So definitely that's like a prerequisite to anything. But no matter where you are going, and if you, especially if you don't know where this is going and what you might want 5 years from now, if that is unknown, you definitely need good bookkeeping. of all your assets, all your cash flow, all your and how money is flowing in and out of your business. If you don't have a handle on that, no bank is going to support you, because you hate W2, you will hate bankers 10 times more when they start like digging into your finances. Oh, what is this? What is that? Oh, how did you pay for this? Oh, yeah, no, I have another credit card to do that. Then I have another credit card. Oh, I paid this on my personal credit card. They are like, they're not going to like that. I guarantee you. You need good business, I mean, sorry, good practices just day to day to make sure you have one account that pays for all your business related expenses. If you are using credit card, then have a separate credit card for your business. Make sure you don't commingle funds. Make sure all your security deposits have some sort, I mean, you have some sort of reserve for your security deposits. So there is a lot of little things that are obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. And if you don't do that, 5 years from now, you're all pumped up. You made that W2 to full-time entrepreneur switch. And now you find out, oh, the banks wanted a lot more. Now banks are going to tell you, okay, go back, run your business for 2 more years successfully, build your books to where I can read them, and then I will talk to you. So you don't want to be in that situation. That's one, I mean, piece of advice that I tell everybody I meet. But anyways, with that being said, great job, Amrit. Amarit, how do you say it?
Yeah,
Amarit?
Amrit. No, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, no, great job with what your goals are. Amazing. You're on the right track, in my opinion. Anything you need, and we are happy to look at your deals on this call. And with that being said, we will switch gears and look at some deals today. I have a lot of my friends over at my house, but I just wanted to make sure I still see you guys today and hang out on my birthday. So let's see.
And we do have
Armando,
Armando.
what's up, Armando? How you doing? Sorry, I had to cut it short in our last conversation, but let's chat
Oh
today.
no, it's all good. Yeah,
It's
I
all
was
yours.
actually just gonna go off of your last conversation you were just having right now, right?
Mhm.
Because for next year, a lot of us want to scale or get our lending business off the ground, right? More than what we want to
Okay.
increase our volume, right? But one thing that I just wanted to maybe, well, if you don't have the answer, that's okay. But maybe we can find out the answer because I know when I started in Gator, well, 2 years ago, and I'm really starting to do something with it, but it's okay. I'm doing something with it.
You
So,
are doing something
yeah,
with it. You are
but
the
the thing
most
I did
active person
here,
I know.
right, let's not give up. So,
No,
but
you're not.
but now, I'm just because I got into multifamily, right? I did underwriting, and that's a lot of my stuff last year went into education. But now that we're here, and I was trying to circle back to when Pace was educating us as to having certain verbiage, right, when we're speaking with people. And one thing that stood in my mind was whether we can call ourselves lenders or not. To me, I had always understood not to call ourselves lenders because we don't have license, but yet we are asking for private money lending,
Yes.
but are we going to violate anything if we call ourselves lenders if we don't have a license? That's one thing that was, and if you don't have the answer, that's okay. If you do that, that's cool.
No, no,
Like
no.
if
I
we
have a
violate,
very good answer for you, and I'm going to tell you
yeah,
that do not believe in someone else's propaganda just because, I mean, you respect them. I'm not talking about Pace or anybody for that matter. But the reason I say that is Pace is teaching let's say if you listen to Pace, and that's what, I don't know if Pace said that, but let's
yeah,
say
I heard
Pace
him say that, but
for this
good idea.
conversation, assume that Pace told you not to call yourself as a lender. Uh, I don't really think it's true. I mean, I don't really believe that's how it should be, because if you really believe you are a lender, okay, because it's what your narrative is, why you call yourself a lender. That's more important than anybody else's propaganda. Okay. Because, for example, Pace has a community of gators, and everybody started calling themselves a lender, and then everybody is not able to build their own narrative and just go off of Pace's narrative, and then they actually fail Pace, calling themselves a lender. It makes Gator look bad, and ultimately Pace looks bad. So this is Pace's propaganda or his narrative why you shouldn't call yourself a lender. But if you're smart enough and you want to be in this business long term, you want to go from a connector role to actually build your own reserves, become a private money lender on a small scale, then grow with the banks or grow with private lenders and take it to the next level slowly. If that is your vision, you can call yourself a lender by all means. Who is stopping you?
So we don't want
Right?
to violate
You
anything.
should have the right narrative, right story. I mean, I was listening to a podcast last night. Uh, it was an interview with Bernie Sanders. Okay. And Bernie Sanders is a Democrat, obviously, everyone knows. But he was talking bad about Democrats. Okay. I was not, I mean, but he wasn't talking good about Republicans either. Okay. He was talking about why Republicans won this election by such a landslide like victory, right? Uh, his narrative, I mean, he was talking about narrative. He was saying that the narrative, the story, or the story that Donald Trump told people had a real, I mean, that really resonated with the working class. And Democrats did not have good enough explanation for their agenda. Okay. So that's exactly what it comes down to. If you call yourself a lender, do you actually have the right story? It is very important. People just sometimes feel like story and business plan and all these things are only for presentation. It's really not. It's really what you believe is the story. Okay. What you believe is your story, and that story should be your business plan, not the other way around. You don't create business plan for telling someone a story. You create business plan off of your story. So have a story. I have a story. I want I want to be a lender. Why do I want to be a lender? I mean, I'll share with you if you want. I mean,
Yeah. Oh no, it's all good. And
no,
then
I'm gonna show you. This is what I submitted to a banker yesterday. Okay. This is my story. This is how many pages is this? I don't know. 11 freaking page long story. Mission statement, projections, partners. Who are the partners? What are they doing? Why, how long they worked? Who is Pace Morby? Who is Javed? Who is Kinjar? So this is my story. Okay.
yeah.
You need to, so I call myself a lender because I believe in my story. Okay. When I did not have the banks, I'm sorry, when I didn't have the bank's money, when I didn't have private money, I was still lending and still calling myself a lender. So this is great question, by the way. This is very important when you plan for next year. You need to really introspect. Okay. You have to stop going to YouTube, stop going to these calls, stop going to any other calls, and take time for yourself and introspect, learn about yourself, chat with your best friend, your wife, your partner, your girlfriend, whoever it is that you trust and can bounce ideas off and really help, I mean, unlock that story that is somewhere in your subconscious. You need to do that activity. It is so important. Okay. I mean, as an adult, I don't party. That is my party. Like sitting down with friends and chatting about, I mean, about certain philosophical questions I have. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and Ginger, I'm so sorry I can't email this one, but I have a lot of confidential information in it too. That's why I was scrolling through it a little faster. But I'm happy to share a small video that is like a snippet, and I'll share. So, not only do I build these plans, not only do I build this story, but I also, because I mean, nobody has time to read 11 pages in today's like 2024. Okay. Especially bankers when their attention span is so short. So now I convert this story into a video format. It is, and there are so many tools out there. One of them is called Pictory.ai. Okay. Pictory.ai. You can go literally drop this text in there, it reads it, it adds appropriate images while it's saying your story. Like when you talk about assets, it's going to add an image about assets or a small video of like realtors dealing with clients. So it's amazing. There are so many tools. And then when you deliver something fancy that nobody else delivers, then the bankers have your attention. That's how I got literally that Pictory.ai video got me my first $5 million line of credit. Because these are the things you need to do that nobody else is doing. And people underestimate it. Okay. Like everybody is going after leads, everybody is doing loans, everybody is like sharpening their products, everybody is offering discounts. But when you want to charge more and still attract more customers, you need to do something different, something attractive, something that really sets you apart. So don't worry, call yourself a lender by all means.
Sounds good.
Fancy yourself with whatever you please. Okay.
All right,
And
I will.
do that for a little while. Then again, come back and introspect and see if is it really working. I mean, do I really have what it takes to call myself a lender, or should I call myself a connector? Is that story resonating better with the people I'm talking to? So make small experiments. Okay. I would do that. Don't worry about or don't give in or to anybody's like propaganda, especially.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I did want to add to that because now that I'm thinking back, that was only when it was Gator 1.0, right? When it first started. And so that was EMD. And we don't go in as a lender and we go in as a partner, right? JB. And so
Yeah.
maybe that's what he was referring to, but it's just, if that's what I heard, and then I'm like thinking that's what he meant and he didn't.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know like if that really is it, so I can make sure I protect myself and I'll get proper licenses.
Yeah.
If not, then I'll stop telling people that they need a license. That kind of thing. Like, hey, it's cool, let's go.
No, 100%. So I got a deal from you. Do you want to look at that?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So second
How's
position,
it coming
40K
in?
lean.
And then after we have a question from John.
Yes, let's so you have a bunch of properties or this is all for comms.
So,
Okay.
yeah, the main property is next to the highlight where it says subject property. And
Lakeland. Yeah, that Lakeland is awesome.
yeah. And so on this, what he's trying to do is he has this on market
Okay.
and he's needing a $40,000 loan, right? So we're gonna try to do a cash out, but he doesn't have the credit. And so there's a lot of equity in this house that he has on market. Yeah,
How much?
well, the ARV that I came up with is right next to where it says ARV 595 based on two comps.
Yeah.
Right. And he has it listed for 659. So he's like, hey, I'll drop the price if I need to. And it looks like he's gonna have to once he sells. But even at
But
that ARV,
no, no,
if
let me ask you a few questions.
okay,
How much does he have any current, I mean, does he have a current loan on this property?
he has a loan on it. It's agency.
Agency debt
Yeah.
on,
If
I
you
mean,
scroll down, I think
a regular conventional loan or something?
yeah, it's conventional. Oh, I didn't put it on there.
Yeah, so okay, let's say, and how much is the loan amount?
He only needs 40,000. Oh, the loan amount, let me go down here. I forgot to attach that part. So it's a conventional loan. The loan amount is for $392,281.
Okay, so here is the answer. Okay, 595 is your ARV times 70%, 416. And how much is the loan amount?
It is $392,281.
So
So
you got 24,000 left if you want to stay under 70% ARV. Okay, so if I loan anybody anything in a second position, I still do not want to exceed 70%. That is just my rule. There are a lot of people who will exceed that, go up to 75, 80%. And I will show you what I think about that and how you should be thinking about that too. So it's a good looking house. Let's see the interior photos. Okay, not bad. So the comparables you have are, do they look like this or do they look more modern? I mean, this is still a bit maybe 10-year-old style. Uh, but it's a good looking house for sure if it looks anything like this. Uh, Good decorative walls in the house. Very nice.
yeah, I'm trying to remember what the comps look like. But I was actually concerned with the comps because how one of them was like a mile, 2.4 miles away, but it was within the year build range of like 10 years. I give myself 10 years, right? 10-year build range. Uh, and so the other one was zero point 0.2 miles. So it was right around the corner, but I had only found one that was right around the corner.
It's on the lake. Okay. Nice. Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, no, it's a really good looking house. And if you think that, uh, but here is one thing I will caution you, like whatever they are saying, make sure even if you find someone to do this $40,000 loan, make sure they check how many actual liens this one has. And the way to do that is open title and have the title check how many liens the house has. Uh, and then I think it's pretty doable, the $40,000 loan. Even if it exceeds 70%, it's not, I mean, not exceeding it by much by adding more like another 40 grand to it. And then if he or she is willing to drop their price closer to this, I think it will have good chances of selling faster and getting your money back faster. So I would do, again, make sure you verify this with a local realtor, okay, and open title.
Well,
You
for
do
sure.
those two things, then you should be fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely have to go with a different realtor because they're the one. His realtor is allowing him to list it at 659,000, right? Because they want that amount. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I will get with a realtor. So what I was thinking, maybe we can do since well, one if because you know how you use the 70% formula to figure out whether maybe like hard money lender would be looking at it with that formula,
Yeah.
versus if we were to look at what I did is with the ARV that I came up with, um, just assuming that he only has one loan, right? Like how you said, once we go through the preliminary report, and if something else comes out, then he might have another loan on it. But if it's
Yeah.
just one with the delta to the ARV and his loan, it comes out to like 294,000, right? Then I was thinking, well, if it's like 10% closing, then he'll have after closing, that's all fees,
Yeah.
183,000 in equity, even at that lower ARV, right? So, but I don't know if the lender, because I'm still that this would be me going through the experience and through the motions of trying to have this conversation with a private money lender if they would feel comfortable with this, right? Somebody sitting in second lien, and then
Yeah.
of course like do deed in lieu maybe and all that good stuff to where they
Yeah.
just don't have to go through the foreclosure process. But like, is that even my train of thought, is it even, something that would be considered, right? And then if not, then I was also thinking, well, if it wouldn't be entertained by a private money lender in the second lien position, maybe since he has a 4.75% interest rate, it's not too far from an international airport. So I know a lot of times I was hearing like, let's underwrite things as a long-term rental, right? If it doesn't pencil out as a long-term rental, then they
No, but you don't have to go that far. I think it will sell. So as a lender, you don't have to worry about the strategy, how this will cash flow. Your strategy should be, are you covered enough in case this person cannot pay your loan back?
Yeah,
That
but I
should
was
be your
thinking,
concern. Your concern should not be taking over and doing something with it. Because if you're far away from the valuation, if you drop this number from 659 on the market down to like say 500, okay, it will sell and it will pay off pay off your 40K and the 392, right?
yeah,
Because 392 plus 40 grand, you're all in for 432. So as long as this will sell in a foreclosure auction or on the market, you should be fine. Because maybe if you take this person to foreclosure and you cannot sell it in foreclosure, you know how it looks on the market. So you could always buy it yourself or by assuming the underlying loan and then sell it yourself, right? Uh,
yeah.
at a lower price. And people will be happy to make offers on something like that. But I wouldn't go as far to, evaluate strategies, how it will cash flow.
Oh yeah.
Should be your concern only if you are loaning 100% of the market value.
Okay.
So
And I
then
was
you have no
thinking,
out.
for sure. And I was
Otherwise,
thinking that only as like a plan B, in case I couldn't find a private money lender who would want a second lien position since he doesn't have any cross collateral, right? He
yeah,
doesn't.
you're just offering them some other options to sell it. But again, someone wanting 659 is not gonna. So you're trying to convert this to a sub two purchase. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. As a plan B, maybe we can do it as
Possible, but it's still.
a hybrid.
Yeah, there is gonna have to be a second seller finance lien and whatnot. So that's a different underwriting discussion completely. But right now, I think it's as it stands, it will sell the way it looks and shows on the photos and everything. I think there is no reason why it won't sell. It probably overpriced. That's all. If
Oh,
they drop it down and make sure the house is smelling good when people enter and just basic stuff that realtors do, that they have to do it, they should be fine.
okay. Awesome. Thank you. You just gave me
All
some
right.
confidence to talk to more private money lenders.
Of
Because I was
course.
always going to be like, I don't think anybody would want to. I was thinking that somebody would tell me, Armando, what are you thinking? He doesn't have any cross collateral. Why are you even wasting my time? And that kind of
No, no,
thing.
no. The house itself is a good collateral as long as what he's telling you is right. 392.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Thank you, Chad.
Good luck. All right, man. Thanks, Armando, as always. What's up, John? How's everything?
Hey, going good. Two things. One for Armando. I found two very close to the property comps and got a $640,000 comp. I didn't dive deep on them, but I did get that. Just FYI. Then the other thing is I submitted a loan request, PML loan request, the other day. Did y'all get that, or did I do something wrong in submitting it
Let me check.
through the portal? Because I hadn't heard anything yet.
Oh, really? In our Monday?
Yeah, in the via stepupcapital.com.
Oh, I see. For Canton, Georgia.
Yes.
Oh, Canton. Okay.
Right.
And what is the request for? Is it for?
It's for 85,000, and he's got another private lender that's loaning 450,000, and the ARV is
750.
crap. Everything just shut down on me.
No.
All right, yeah, that happens.
0.7 is 525. Okay, very close.
Yeah.
Rehab is only 20 grand.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Rehab is only 20 grand, looks like.
Yeah, the rehab is just paint interior and exterior.
Oh, wow.
It looks like a nice little home. I believe I got like a 625,000 ARV on it if this will come back up. But it's right in the range with the comps.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures. It's pretty good. Let me see. Can show it to everyone. This is what it looks like right now, which is, I mean, I don't see.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. A lot of built-ins and stuff. Nice patio, pergola, nice. Wow. So,
The one issue that's there, I mean, see how they need to paint the outside, and he's
yeah,
going to pay for that out of his pocket. The one issue is that he would only prefer to pay 12% to 15% flat for a 6-month loan. And I told him that I told him most PMLs would probably want 20% plus their whatever their fees are.
okay. So why is he only getting 400 something from 450 from the lender?
He's getting that from another private lender.
Oh, it's another private. It's not hard money lender.
No.
Okay. So Jada, what you should do is send it to Chris and see what Chris comes up with.
Yeah.
Is this 750 accurate?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's 750. I just pulled mine up and I got 751. You could stretch it to 775. There are a couple of comps. I don't think they're totally valid, but somebody else may think they're valid. But I came up with 750. Well, 751.
The Zestimate is showing 577. So if they really believe it will appraise for that price, I think we can get them a lender. I mean, how is the credit score and I mean, how is this?
Yeah, his credit score is like 600, I believe. But he's done several other fix and flips
Okay.
and in the area, and I can get those HUDs for you.
Yeah.
He told me.
I think it has a big lot too, looks like.
Yeah. It's like I think it is 2 acres.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Or right at 2 acres. And all those lots in that area are about that size. And there's a new build that just recently sold for 1.2 million that's
Wow.
essentially the same size in that area, but it's a brand new build. I think it may be 2003 was the build date.
Okay.
And which I didn't think was, since it was a new build, and I mean, 2023 build, it just really, I don't think it fell in my opinion, within the range.
Okay.
And the days on market in the area are, with the 3 comps I found, are less than 68 days. That's the longest days on market.
Okay. So let me check something.
And I included the comps they provided as well as my comps, because they've had to adjust the comps up and down for, not enough bathrooms, not enough bedrooms, and the like.
Okay.
And I've taken that into account.
Okay. Okay, so we are gonna give you a couple options in the next couple days
Okay,
and see what we can come up with. So we don't typically lend in Georgia, but I mean this looks like a straightforward deal. So we can look into it.
okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you for bringing it to us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Uh,
Um,
Let's see.
what else? Anything else you
Nope,
have? Okay.
that
Anyone
takes
else sent me anything today, Jada? Let me see. Atlanta, you sent me something. 8 unit.
Yes, there was a girl. I don't think she's here right now. Maybe she had to leave, but her name's Juliet. She
Okay.
wanted to, she's looking at this small commercial unit. But does it, we can prioritize anyone here. So anyone here have a deal they want to send to us?
Multiple projects, 2.5 million. Heather, wow, you're on a roll. So, and just so you guys know, we are also, I mean, we raise money on a regular basis for our debt fund. We pay 10% flat interest rate. This is not competing with anyone else's capital raises for their multifamily or any projects they might be doing. And I'm sure they can pay a lot more. But what we pay is 10% is uh, because we have a low risk fund. I mean, your money is going out in a first lien position along with our money and our bank's money uh, for deals that we lend on under 70% minus repairs. So if you know anybody who is looking to park their funds in a fairly safe, lower yield but guaranteed yield and low risk position, and people always want to diversify. People who have invested a lot in syndications, now they want to diversify and put it in our debt fund. So bring me the opportunity if you bring anything over 1 million, we are always able to give you a profit sharing on that money that you bring. And even if you bring $100,000 or something, we always pay connector fees. So feel free to let me know on that as well. I'm looking at this Atlanta opportunity. It's a 8 unit multifamily deal. Oh, subject to, wow. 1.1 million, 160. Let's see what the unit mix is. 4 1-1s and 4 studios.
I
Sec-
believe you can show it as well. She didn't tell me that it had to be hidden or anything.
Okay. I don't think she gave oh, is there is an address.
And Rosa's asking, is there a minimum contribution for the debt fund?
We like to work with 100K minimum, but we do go to, I mean, once in a while, depending on, because some people just want to test us initially and then go up. So we'll work with you depending on what your appetite is. Atlanta. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't know how the area is, but we can always go to Zillow and find out. To go to Zillow. Okay, it's a good looking area. Schools are 522. Okay. So that means probably more like a developing, gentrifying area. One of the schools is good, other ones are coming up, maybe. I think they've done a good job fixing this. Nice. So they have 4 Section 8 units and 4 studio units. Total rent is, I mean, again, one thing sorry I forgot to check on one thing. purchase price. Okay. Loan balance is 1 million. PITI is 6,200. Rents are 9,600. Interest rate is 5 years, 5 points, 30-year fixed. EMD 20, loan balance 9 months. Deferred default fee, no balloon. Okay, so the only thing I would like to verify is this. If this number works out well, the rents, I mean, there is obvious cash flow right here. So it's 3,400 cash flow times 12 divided by 160. It's 25% cash on cash return, which is amazing. The one thing about this is I want to make sure this loan is DSCR and not some local bank. I don't know if you guys are not following me, please let me know if there is any questions. What I'm looking at is this particular property, okay? They have 4 units rented for 1,350 and 4 units for 1,050, bringing in a total of 9,600 rent per month. And their monthly payment for the loan we are assuming is 6,200, including tax and insurance, which is what I need to verify. If that is all true, then there is a $3,400 cash flow based on these two numbers, which is a little over 40,000 for the year, and 40,000 is 25% of the total entry fee that they are proposing in this deal. It looks like a fully fixed up apartment complex. So I have not factored in any rehab. But if anybody is looking in this, is she looking to buy this or looking to sell it?
Bye.
Or she's buying herself? Okay, I mean, I think it's a good thing. Okay. So face servicing could be probably a there is another good idea that I have. So I want to, okay, so they have redacted that. I want to see who the borrower is. If they created an LLC just for this property, and if that LLC is the borrower for this loan, I would rather just buy the LLC.
Mhm.
So that's an option. Just always remember. But look, I mean, how nice they've done this. Oh my God. Okay, so again, we have to verify this value. And hey, John, yeah, what's up?
So you talked about buying the LLC. I've always been advised not to buy an LLC because you're buying the good and the bad.
Correct. No, yeah, totally. I was just gonna get that, go there. So there could be UCC liens and other things. So there is different type of due diligence that goes into buying an LLC. You need a lawyer who can look into the LLC, other issues related to that. But yes, it could be a complicated thing. And even if you buy LLC, the loan company might still like call the note because I mean, I mean, knowing face servicing, I work with them, they protect themselves even against that type of due on sale situation.
And
Yes,
then
totally. Great point, though.
we have Tyrone that also asks, what makes this an attractable lead based on the 25% cash on cash? Like, why is that attractive?
It is attractive, definitely.
But why?
So, I mean, 25% is a good number for a yearly return because most other places getting 25, clean 25% is very hard. Okay. As you cross 10% mark, everything gets difficult. Okay, anything above 10% is uh, especially in today's market. I mean, crossing 10% is very hard. Even back like 5 years ago, 25% was possible just with I'm sorry. 25% is not easy for sure. And a lot of people would love to buy, and there is like most investors, the consensus on cash flow is if they are getting better than 10%, then they will move their money out of stock market, because stock market over the years is gonna basically average out to 10% if you keep your money long enough in stock market. So for people to take their money out of their current investments and give it to you or invest in a property, they need more than that. And for that, you have to cross the 15% for them to, to feel that it's a really big incentive for them to make that switch. So 25% really makes it hard not to. So 25% is a good number for that reason. Again, as a wholesaler, as a buy and hold investor, we are all we all know better than most people that are not in real estate day to day. So we know how to access discounted properties. We know how to get maximum loan amount on your property and stay zero out of pocket on the deals, so that even if you make $100, that's infinite cash flow, right? Because you don't have any money in the deal. So those are obviously better situations than 25%, but those are very hard to come by. Okay. Uh, so zero out of pocket is the most ideal. So anything you make is all infinite cash flow. So yeah, good question though. Anything else? Otherwise, I would like to call it a day today, and we will see you guys. I'm traveling starting tomorrow for the next 15 days. I'm still gonna try to make the call on next Saturday. I'm gonna need a lot of reminding Jada. uh,
The call
so
will happen eventually.
because
I'll
it's gonna be 11:30 at night for me, but I don't wanna. I like how. I mean, I'm just personally happy about myself that I'm consistent and doing this uh, without, I mean, any breaks. And I don't want to. I think we took one break, but even then we rescheduled the last time we did that. So I don't. I just in this in the big scheme of things, I want to build that reputation for myself more than anybody else, that I'm doing something regularly. So I'm gonna be there. I want you guys to be there. For 2025, I have one question for all of you guys, and you don't have to answer that today. It's fairly a simple question. But if this is what Jada and I have been thinking about, that if we try to schedule an event, maybe online or in person, where we focus at least one, if not two full days, and just deep dive into underwriting for all different types of deals, including lending, single family, multifamily, sub two, hybrid, creative, seller finance, all these things. We are going to spend strategy. I mean, we are going to spend 2 days, go one by one, and deep dive into uh, different things, and maybe make it more like an event or mastermind. There will be a small fee to pay for the event space and other things. But would you guys, if you guys like that idea, please vote in the Facebook group. Type one in the chat if you understood what I'm trying to say. If you think that is going to help people, I would love to. If there is enough people looking for it, then I would probably plan for that event. Jada and I have been pretty excited. I did some events. Awesome. I love it. Thank you guys for all the
Yep.
yeses. But for us to get to that level, I want to push the Facebook group harder. It's a free group. Again, we want to live by certain rules in that group. We don't want this to become a spamming place. So invite serious people, invite your friends to the Facebook group. We want to reach the 500 mark in that Facebook group and add more engagement in this call so that we can plan more things without the fear of not being successful, basically. So we want to do that, and thank you all for your support. This has been amazing year for me. It's still not, we still have almost a month and a half left. I'm going to be traveling, but you should gobble up those deals that I'm not looking at while I'm traveling. So go get it. Okay. I'll see you guys next Friday. Saturday. I'm sorry. Saturday noon Central. See you guys soon.
Saturday noon, y'all. Let's go,
Thanks, Jada. Bye.
everyone. Appreciate y'all coming.